everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one that was requested a few weeks to about a month ago in the comments of one of my previous videos to show you guys my in-depth thought process to how I decorate tiered trays. I'm really excited to do that with you guys today. I have 3 different tiered trays that I'm going to be decorating. The first one that I'm going to take you through step by step is a everyday spring, summer, neutral tiered tray, kind of a standard tiered tray, to just talk you guys through the things that I think about and any tips that I have for you when decorating a standard tiered tray. After that, I'm going to show you guys a specifically summer themed tiered tray, and then I'm actually going to do an Americana themed tiered tray. And I know that's a little early. It feels super early. I wouldn't normally even be thinking about patriotic decor until May at the earliest, but I'm actually not decorating for the 4th this year, which I normally do right after Memorial Day. And that's because my baby is due in June, anytime in June. So we're going straight into summer decor, and I'm just only doing a few patriotic things here and there. So I kind of want to just pull out my Americana decor and have fun with it. I am really excited to share some tiered tray ideas with you guys, and let's get started. Okay, so I am going to be doing all of my tiered trays on this tiered tray that I have. This is kind of what I refer to as my medium-sized one. I have a 3 tiered tray. I also have a smaller black tiered tray that is down on my entryway, but this one I feel like is a standard sized tiered tray. It really is kind of average sized. This particular tiered tray is very popular. I see it all the time on being used on Pinterest, and almost feels like God and everybody has one of these, whether it is in this brown or white or a black. I think it comes in all 3 of those colorways. I will link it down in the description. I got mine from the Creative Co-op site on Amazon, basically. But it is from Creative Co-op originally. Sorry, there was some fuzz there. I just really like the size. I think it is a great standard size tiered tray, even though there is no standard size for a tiered tray. So we are going to get started with a neutral spring, summer, everyday kind of tiered tray. And when I start thinking about my tiered trays, I'm always thinking about perspective and balance. So when I talk about perspective, I mean size-wise, bigger in the back, smaller in the front. You really do want to have kind of one focal point for the whole thing. So I usually start in the back with more neutral items, and then I start thinking a little bit more about the front. And I also want to make sure that I am balancing out colors and textures. So if I have something white on this side, I want white kind of catty corner to it. If I have greenery, I want on this side, then I'm going to want some greenery over here. Now, if you want a more updated look for your tiered tray, a lot of greenery is the way to go. I like to balance out my greenery. I don't usually do a ton because I also try to do a little bit more of a less is more. So we're just going to get started putting some bigger items in the back. See with this bigger tray down here, we do have kind of an empty space in the back here, but I don't really want to put another item back here necessarily, because I feel like it's going to get too crowded if I do that. So I have a couple of these baskets that I picked up at various times from Hobby Lobby, probably both in the fall, or one in the fall and one in the spring. And I like these tobacco baskets particularly because they do stand up a little bit on their own. So I kind of just put it back here, and you can also lean it up against stuff, and it fills that back spot without making it feel too cluttered. With this house, I kind of feel like it might be a little too tall, but it fills up that space nicely. And I have another gray house, but I feel like that might be a little too wide, and I don't want to add gray. I want to keep it kind of greenery, wood tones, and white with something neutral. So it's not higher than this handle, so I feel like it works okay. With a smaller tier tray, I worry less about the height of the handle and making sure things don't go over the top, because you only have so much space to work with, and when you do less is more, you do want to use bigger items. Don't be afraid to use bigger items for sure. So now we're going to start moving towards the front. In this space, I'll probably put about 3 to 4 items. Up here, I usually try to keep it to 2, just because of space concerns. That over here. Now you notice I talked to you guys about, that fell down, about balance, and then I put white and white right next to each other. That's okay. I am going to break it up with some greenery here. This is just some faux boxwood greenery, and I'm just going to fit it right in here, and it will kind of break up that white. Also want to add a few more wood tones. You can leave these bowls empty. You can put stuff inside them like filler. So if you were doing maybe an Easter thing, you could put eggs in. Now Easter's already done, but you know, that's just an example. Or for the 4th of July, you can put little star filler in there. I am just going to put some wood beads. I DIY'd these. They look a little janky, not gonna lie. But I'm going to put some wood beads in here, and it brings in a little bit of a different texture. And now that I've brought some wood down here, I kind of do want to put some up here. I don't know if this is going to fit with these, so I'm probably going to take this down. Normally, I would not put something that goes out over the side up at the top, but let's see. I want to add some glass up here to balance out the glass down here. Just try and stick some greenery here in the front, kind of in. I don't know, I've never tried this before. And honestly, it's just decor. You can put stuff in there and take it out and decide you hate it, which I hate this, so we're going to take it out. I think the best thing to do here might be just a little sign. Normally, I try not to use too many signs. If you use a sign on your tier tray, I highly recommend you only go with one, just because it won't get too busy. And if you put a sign with a word or a set of words, that is going to become your focal point, because that is exactly where everybody's eyes are going to go immediately. So you're definitely making that your focal point when you put a sign on. So I really recommend you only put one. If you do too many signs, people's eyes aren't going to know where to go. And it's gonna be too busy. Keep in mind, that's just my opinion. Always know these are just my opinions. I also recommend that you invest in some kind of risers. I have like 3 different risers. Or things that I use for risers these days. And the first things that I use these wood slices. I just got them from Hobby Lobby. They're in the wedding section. They were like $5. Then I have some ones that I just DIY'd. They are white. And they have a little bit more of a fancy look to them, I guess. I just got these wooden, I'm going to use that in just a second. I'm going to break all my stuff if I'm not careful. I just got a couple of wooden items, painted them white, and then I super glued these to the bottom, or hot glued them or something. But basically I have this little plaque, and then I glued these, and I painted the whole thing white, and now it makes a really nice stand. I don't want a white stand for this though, because I'm trying to add more wood up here in the front. So I'm actually going to use this. I also have, for a wood look that is taller, I have these ones. I got these off of Etsy. You cannot find them anymore. The store that I got them from does not make them anymore, but they are so cute. I love the scalloped edges, and the reason why I wanted something like this when it was taller with a cute little design is because these are going to be more visible. When something is visible, you do want it to look kind of cute. I will say this, I have had small, like, letter signs and things, like really small signs that if the tray is deep enough, I will put them face down so it looks neutral, and I will use those as risers if I'm in a pinch. I try not to do that unless you really can't see them. So for instance, here's like a sign that says "Be Kind" on it. I might put that in the back for something that's not quite high enough to get enough height to be seen over the stuff in the front. And if it's deep enough, my 3-tiered tray was really deep, so it would be hidden. I wouldn't do that for a tiered tray like this because it's too visible. Something is not quite tall enough and you want it to rise a little bit further out. This is just a tissue. You could take a little piece of paper towel, put it in there, and now it stands out better. Now if you want to make your tier tray a little bit more modern, a little bit more up to date, you want to put greenery just about anywhere you can find that it will fit. So we'll add some greenery here. Literally anywhere and everywhere. All the greenery, put it everywhere. And there we go. I could probably put more greenery someplace, but I think this piece that is the last piece that I have in my hand up here with me right now is a little too big. I'm going to move this a little bit. It looks like it's toppling this over. It's not. Do I want that to go that way? I think I want it to go that way. and I will say this, don't let perfect be the enemy of the good. Or I don't really know how that goes. But I feel like that's pretty close to what that's saying is. If it's not perfect, it's just decor. None of it is glued down. None of it is permanent. You can move and play with it and mess with it for as long as you want until you get it to be the way you want it to be. Sometimes when I am doing my Decorate With Me videos and I've got my tiered trays going on, I cut a lot of the indecisiveness out. It really is sometimes the longest part of whatever I do. So I'm actually really pleased with this. Almost don't want to take it down to do the other ones, but I kind of really love this. I love all the greenery. I just think it's going to be really fun. This would be great all the way from the beginning of spring through to summer. I definitely don't want to take it down, but I will. I will for you guys. So we are going to move on to summer now, like a general summer theme. It's going to have a little bit more color, a little bit more things that are specifically summer. I'm going to do a blue and lemon theme because that's what I use for my general summer decor. So I am not going to go through everything that I am doing. I am just going to decorate it. And at the end, I may talk a little bit about it at the end, but we'll see. Basically the same kind of things. I'm going to put greenery up first, stuff in the back, and we're going to move from there. This has a word on the front. If you don't want to see it, turn it around. You do not need, nobody needs to know it's there. I keep checking in to see if you're still home. Wanna be your light, wanna be your home. Ooh, are you home? Ooh, are you there? No one ever see me the way you do, 'cause I never met anyone like you. Look up, the stars align. Now what don't I do but strong all by myself? You said it's okay to ask for help, and God, I found you now. Don't know why you keep letting me in, 'cause I'll be terrified to let someone else win. Over my heart to say it out loud, that I need you always by my side. Ooh, are you home? Ooh, are you there? No one ever see me the way you do, 'cause I never. For this one, I do have, the balance on this one was a little bit harder to achieve, and that's because I have like two different blues going on, but I did try to catty corner these, and then I have three lemon things. So I did catty corner these down here, and then it catty cornered the two that are very similar from each other. I always try to catty corner or diagonal a lot of my stuff. So, and then I filled in some spaces with greenery to help break up the things. You can take that greenery out if you would prefer, but there are just going to be some places where you need it to fill things in so that it breaks up. Like, for instance, I have two white things right next to each other, so it needed to be broken up here. So we are going to move on to the Americana tier tray, but I did want to talk to you guys about the plants that I used because I highly recommend these potted plants. I have collected them from Hearth and Hand for like the last 2 to 3 years. I do have some fall ones and some winter ones as well. Every season that they come out with at Hearth and Hand has mini plants like this, and they are perfect for tier trays. They are the perfect size. It is a little annoying because they used to be $4.99, and then this one I got last year, I think. It is $6.99 because inflation, which is annoying, and I hate saying that because I hate it just as much as you guys do, but it is the truth, but it is worth it. I use these all around my house, and they have different pots. Plants might be similar, but they always have different pots each year. In fact, I usually get about 2 of each one, so I actually have 2 of all 3 of these, and sometimes I get 3. So like here's the matching. You can go matchy-matchy on your tier tray if you want. I choose not to do that, but I have done it in the past. So do what works for you. So we're going to get started with the Americana stuff.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden.
And there we go. That one took me way less time because I had reds, I have stars, I have stripes, I have plaids, I've got literally everything going on. So it is a little bit easier because you have more options to choose from in terms of color. But I like it. I think it looks cute. So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I had a ton of fun showing those tier tray designs for you guys. I was really nervous that they weren't going to turn out well, and that would have been really embarrassing. But I loved them, and I thought they turned out really good. In fact, the everyday neutral one is back up on my tier tray now because that's how much I liked how it turned out. So let me know down in the comments which one you guys liked the best, and if you think tier trays are in or out of style right now. Should I even still be doing them in my home? Honestly, I probably still will, but I'm very curious to see what everybody's opinions on tiered trays are, because I myself have noticed that there seems to be less and less stuff out there about tiered trays. So is that just me? Is that something we're all feeling and seeing? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to give it a like. Please consider subscribing to the channel. That means the world to me. But please know that that is not required. I do not think any better or worse of you if you subscribe or don't. I appreciate all of you guys so very much. Thank you so much for watching. I am looking forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye for now.